Hey, hey, hey. Guess what? It's Friday night. And you know what that means. That means it's time for Around the Table with your girl, Vision Coach Alicia. And I'm here tonight solo. I'm going to do this thing tonight by myself and enjoy myself as I do it while you tune in and be here with me. Welcome to Around the Table. Tonight, I am so super duper excited, as I always say that I am excited. I do live an excited life because tonight I am going to talk about our new book launch. Whew, it's been a journey, but it has been fantabulous. This experience of co-authoring, visionary. I had this vision for 2 years of writing a book with several ladies. Did not know how or when I was going to do it, but when the time was right and God showed up, it is now in pre-launch and I am super excited. Tonight, I am going to share some things with you. And listen, this is the book. It's called Superbwoman, Not Superwoman. Superbwoman, Not Superwoman. We took our Superwoman capes off, we tore them, we ripped them, we got rid of them, and we started to be authentically superb in who we are. And so I'm excited tonight to sit here and have a conversation about this book that we are now in pre-launch. Guess what? You know what pre-launch means? Pre-launch means that the book have been written, but it's not yet published. So we're in the part where we are now selling the books to those of you who want to get the book when it is ready to be shipped. That's what pre-launch means. So you would see the other 7 authors and myself, those of you that are on social media, just sharing the book, giving tidbits about the book and talking about the books. My chapter is from corporate jet, wow, to the pulpit, because y'all know that I'm a preacher, I'm an apostle, and beyond. I'm now in the beyond. From corporate to the pulpit and beyond. And in my book chapter, I share some intimate things. I share a whole lot of stuff that was going on in my life. I think I shared my plot and how I was planning and trying to get away with murder. Yep. How I wanted to commit murder. Not in details, but just touches of it. But this whole read is super interesting. And so I want you all to support this particular book that's coming out with me and all of these women as we're in pre-launch. Listen, one of my writers, co-writers, her name is Andrea Wright, and she writes about surviving the kill shot. Surviving the kill shot. About 5 times death in her family, close family, meant to take her out. And she tried to wear the Superwoman cape to survive through it. But she took the cape off and became very authentically who she was. And so she survived the kill shot. That which was meant to kill her is now in writing because she has gotten past understanding that she shall live and not die through it all. So this book is really good. Again, the name of it is Superbwoman, Not Superwoman. What I want you all to know is that, yes, I'm the visionary of the book. I thought about the book. I thought about how I wanted it put together and everything. I visualize it being conceived. I visualized it being written. I visualized it being launched. I couldn't do it all alone. That's called collaboration. So with these other women, when we came together with one plan, one vision, we knew that if each of us did our part and collaborated with each other, that in the end we will have a great product. But we couldn't do it alone. It came with a great publisher, awesome publisher. That's one thing. If you're going to write a book, you have to be able to have people that you could depend on. I didn't know the process because I've always self-published my books. This is my first time working with a complete publishing house, Shiro Publishing. And when I'm telling you, these women know what they're doing. They know what they are doing from day one. Everything was done professionally with great expertise. We had a book coach who coached us through the process of writing this book and putting it together. So this was not just thrown together. That is a book that is anointed. This is a book that is called for such a time as this to help others get through, come through, and remove their superwoman cape. See, Superbwoman, not Superwoman. And so I am just so awesomely privileged tonight to just sit here and talk with you about this book. Because the thing that I realized is in writing this book, it was really cathartic for me. I took pictures the day that I ended writing the book. Talk about the ugly cry and looking tore up. I posted it on Facebook today of what I actually looked like when I wrote the last few lines of my book. It was so emotional. So many things was going through my mind. So many thoughts. But I did it. I did it, and I really ripped off my Superwoman cape once and for all for good. So now that we are in this launch, now that we are in this place, I'm asking you all to support the authors. You'll see running across the screen our publishers' information. You can go there, ShiroPublishing.com, and all the information, and you'll see all of the authors listed there, and you could decide who you want to purchase the book from. These women have worked very hard and very diligently to meet deadlines, to do everything that was necessary to bring this book, because we want to be superb in all that we do. And so as I sit here with you tonight around the table, I'm a proud mommy. We gave birth. We gave birth to this project together. Who says that women cannot really work together? Because we all believed in the dream of this book coming to fruition. We all believed that we could do it together. There was no issues with us doing it together. We came together with one mindset that we were going to write our chapter. We had buddies, we had accountability partners, and we were able to become friends. I did not know all the women that wrote this book with me. Did not know them all, but guess what? In the interim, I now have gained a whole new family of sisters, because now we are able to talk about what we did, and we're looking forward to going on tour with this book. We're looking, look, Superbwoman, that's the book. We're looking to go on tour. We're looking to have a great time. We're looking to officially next Friday have all of the women here on this show so that they can tell you themselves their experience. Listen, I had prophetess Lisa Mitchell. Her chapter was From First Lady to a Free Woman. She's freed herself. She's wrote this chapter of around 2,500 words and have freed herself. I have not read their chapters yet because I want the element of surprise as everyone else when I get that book in my hand to sit down and start to read. So Surviving the Kill Shot by Andrea Wright, Pastor Andrea Wright, prophetess Lisa Mitchell, From First Lady to Freedom. And then guess what? I have people like Christy Jones. Her story is so fantastic, fearfully and wonderfully made, from the perspective of being biracial, and what a person that is biracial experience and goes through that's different from someone of a other race, of being black or being white. but being in that place of being in between. I'm telling you, these women poured their hearts out in this book. And I really believe that as you purchase your copy right now, that we are in pre launch, we have goals. Every one of us, we've decided that each of us would like to sell 50 books during our pre launch. Our pre launch ends on November the 14th. It began 10/14 and it will end November the 14th. Once we sell all of these books in pre-launch, guess what? In December, we're going to be mailing books out and you'll have them in your hands. So we're asking you right now to support this project, Superbwoman. I'm asking you. Thank you so much to those of you who already have. I am telling you, when I looked at my PayPal and Cash App and saw some people who have purchased the books from me so far, some people that have been unexpected, but yet expected, like my dear friend, Apostle Samantha Bynum. When I saw her name, I was super excited. I was like, yes, thank you. I didn't call her. I didn't ask her. I just did what I did, displayed the book, and I have people that are purchasing the book. And I am so grateful. And I know that the other authors are also. We're launched. We are launched. Superbwoman, not Superwoman, is launched. And we just need you to support us. Each of these women just need you to go to ShiroPublishing.com and hit that link and go and support. Look at which author you want to support. Click on hers. Go and support. Listen, we have authors like Lakeisha Matthews. Her chapter is The Weight of the Cape. The Weight of the Cape at a time for everything under the sun. That's the name of her chapter. The Weight of the Cape, a time for everything under the sun. I can't wait to read her chapter. I don't know what it's all about because, like you, I'm going to have the element of surprise when I sit down with that book and read the book. The one thing that I know in my chapter was I was at a point where I was tired of living on an airplane week after week, day after day, month after day, month in corporate America. I expressed some things in there that are really interesting for you all to know. And it will open up a whole new insight about who I am to those of you that think you know who I am. Listen, I am Vision Coach Alicia, and tonight I'm just sitting around here chopping it up with you on Friday night as I usually do. But tonight I am the guest. I am the guest. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to ask me a question or say anything, please put it in the comments. I will go check the comments and I can have a discussion with you. Listen, as I said, you have to believe in your dreams. I believed in my dream. I believed that this book was going to come to a pass. And the women were so encouraging. There were some times that I was getting a little bit like, oh, this is not going to happen because I wasn't feeling certain things weren't working this way. But when you work with women that are encouragers, when you are speaking with women who have the same mindset and the same vision, and they're not just happen to be there, but they were called to be with you in this assignment, guess what? As I cultivated the vision, they saw the vision with me. They prayed for me with me. We had times when we had calls where we prayed. There were times we never opened up a session of our training with our publishers, never end with our prayer. So this entire project is covered with prayer. We wrote this book so that others could be blessed, not just so that we could make money, but so that we will be able to tell our stories, and so that others will be blessed, so that others will know that you don't have to be super duper about every, yeah, I see a lot of people saying that they're superwoman. I don't want to be a superwoman. Been there, done that, tried it. I prefer to be a superb woman. I prefer to be great at what God has called me to do. I prefer to show up and be authentic as who God has says that I am. I am happy to start living my purpose and start being in that place where I know that God is taking me yet to another level. Yeah, there are tests that will come. There are things that will challenge you. There are instances that will happen that will make you doubt that you're really on the right path. But I am telling you, when God is leading and directing you, you can have the results that you are asking God for. But we have to be prepared that when we ask God for something, that we are really prepared for what is going to come with it. Listen, I have also along with me Maureen Milliner. Her chapter was Strength Beyond Measure. Strength beyond measure, knowing and unveiling the real you. Knowing and unveiling the real you, having strength when you don't think there's any strength. I don't know the fullness of a chapter, but I will get to know. That's why I want to invite each of you tonight, and those of you that may see this after, to support this launch of Superbwoman, not Superwoman. This is a God-given project that is going to change the lives of others. We are so looking forward to going on tour with our book in the month of March, of February and March. We are going to be in Los Angeles. We are going to be in Dallas, Texas. And then in September, we're going to do a Superbwoman Summit with this book. I know that this project at this time is the right timing of God. That's why it took 2 years for me to get it together and get women that will support it. I am the visionary, Apostle Alicia George, but it took 7 other women along with me to write this book. 7, the number of completion. 8, new beginnings. But guess what? Our 9th person, Dr. Keisha Lewis, she so graciously forwarded our book. She wrote the foreword for our book, and guess what? She's going to be hosting us in Dallas at her church in Dallas for the tour. We are excited. This is not for publicity, but this is so for purpose, so that God can move us as well as those that will view and read the book to a other level. So come on, help us get each author to sell 50 books. See across the screen, it tells you where you can go and support this project. But remember, again, we're in pre-launch. Pre-launch means that we are selling the book actually before it's published. So for October and November, until November 14, we're offering the book for $24.95, which includes shipping and handling. And then come December, we'll be sending out the actual book to you. I want you to support us. I want you to support this project. I am just really excited of the collaboration. The one thing that I have learned, or 3 things that I have learned in writing a book such as this and writing it with others, number 1 that I've learned is to develop patience. I've learned to develop patience. Sometimes we want things to happen on our timeline. We want things to happen the way we see it or the way we want it. But if God has anointed something that he has given you to do, it'll be on his timeline. It will be within his realm and within his time. So I have learned how to develop patience in the last 5 or 6 months that it took us to write this book. I've learned to develop patience. Number 2, I have truly learned how to depend on prayer, how to ask God to guide me, lead me, and direct me as I am doing what I believe is his will and his plan. Prayer really is the key when you are taking on a project that's bigger than you, something that you really don't know how to do, but you believe that God have called you to do it. And then prepare for the unexpected things to happen. Yes, there will be things that will come up that are unexpected, that will shake you, that will move you, that will put you into different places in your head space, the things that you're thinking. Should I finish? Or these women see all of this? But in the end, God said it's a part of taking off that superwoman cape and putting on the superb woman that I've called you to do. Yes, do it in excellence. Yes, do it in purpose. Yes, do it that I will get the glory. It's not about you, Alicia. It's all about me. And so now I believe that we have a project and a product that is for such a time as this, that's going to make such a difference in some people's lives. I am inviting you to purchase your copy of this book, the pre-launch copy of this book, Superb Woman, Not Superwoman, to know that it's a part of God's plan for right now, for us to straighten each other's crowns, to be queens in who we are and who He's called us to be. This was one of the best experiences of my life, as well as one of the most difficult, but I see God in it. I see His plan. He says in Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plan that I have for you, says God. It is not to harm you, but it is to take you to that expected end. When every one of those women turned in their chapters, surviving the kill shot, from first lady to free lady, strength beyond measure, the weight of the cape, fearfully and wonderfully made, from corporate jet to the pulpit and beyond. I knew that God had said, well done, well done to each and every one of those ladies. That's why I had the ugly cry when I finished my chapter. I am very transparent about things in my life and the way that God have allowed me to go through things in my life. One day I will probably write a complete book such as some of the other women, but right now we give you enough in this book for you to see and experience and learn that if you too are wearing a superwoman cape, that you could remove that cape, that you don't have to be superwoman to everything and everybody in your life, that there is a time that God is going to say to you, put it down, and start to live purpose. And that's what we're doing. All 8 of us, along with Pastor Keisha Lewis, we have put our superwoman cape down and we are starting to live what God has called us to do. I am super excited that this project has come to fruition, to where we can actually see God. To support it, be a part of it, help us. Let me see, there's one comment. I'm just going to switch over. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Let me see. Hi, son. How you doing? Thank you so much. Yes, it's fire. It's fire. Thank you so very much. This was a whole project for Mama with these other women, but God is going to bless. Superb Woman, Not Superwoman, is not just a brand. It is actually a calling on my life to excel in all the things that God is calling me to excel in. that I no longer have to live to please man, but I can please God, and he's pleased, well pleased with me. That my desires are no longer my desires, but they're the desires that God has for me and want in me. So as I sit around the table tonight, just sharing with you and talking to you about this book, there was a time when I would not have been able to sit here and do this because I was wearing and carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. Whew. Collaboration. Cultivate your vision. Believe in your dreams. You can be next. If there's a book in you, contact Shiro Publishing, my publisher. I promise you they will do an awesome work for you and in you. Um, when I think of where we began 6 months ago and the process that it took us to get to me sitting here tonight and talking to you, that it was a journey where we had to trust God, a journey where the women have had to say, okay, I'm setting aside some time to write. I remember um, really sitting down one Saturday and saying, I'm going to write my chapter. And I really got into writing it because I realized how important, if I was going to lead others, I needed to be the leader. If I needed to say, where are you on your chapter? I needed to be at a place in my chapter that I could say to them, this is where I am. Come on, let's do this. And so it's here. It's here. I'm going to put on the screen again where you can support us. Launch time is here. Each of us need to sell 50 books by the end of pre-launch, which it ends November the 14th. I'm asking you for your support. I'm asking you to buy one, give it to a friend. I'm asking you to, if not support me, look at one of the other authors on this link that you will see and support them, because I believe that God wants us to get this book in the hands of every person whose life will be changed through Superbwoman, not Superwoman. So I think that I have gotten through most of what I wanted to say tonight. Develop patience, prayer, prepare for the unexpected were the three critical things that got me through writing this book. I see a lot of people doing copulations. I don't know their experiences or what they have had to go through. I only can relate to mine. It was great, but it was work. It was challenging, but it is worth it. Now that the baby is here and the baby is born, I just want to present it to you. I just want to make it a part of your library. I just want you to support the project. And so tonight, as I get ready to close, I am the visionary of this, Apostle Alicia George. My co-authors are Andrea Wright, Pastor Andrea Wright, Prophetess Lisa Mitchell, Sister John Mache Nichols, Minister Maureen, Sister Lakeisha Matthews, Sister Christy Jones, Pastor Yolanda Everett, and of course, our forward by Pastor Keisha Lewis, and myself, Apostle Alicia George. It's done. It's ready. Support it. We will be grateful. But next week, I'm going to bring as many of the authors on with me as I can next week. Whoever's available next week, I'm going to have them on this show with me for about 40 minutes so that they can tell you themselves their experience, what it was like for them personally to do it. I haven't read their chapters, so I can't expand on it, and I don't want to. I want them to be able to tell their own stories. So thank you so much for being a part of Around the Table tonight, listening, being engaged in what I had to say. Now go out, hit the link that's rolling across the screen, shiropublishing.com -authors -2, or you can do my link, Cash App, $ real life, Alicia Covington. Make sure you put your address if you do, so that when the book is in my hand, I can get it in your hand. So I just want to say God bless you for being here with me tonight and to listening as I cultivate this vision and as God has brought it to pass. I am so grateful to Him for trusting me to begin this project and follow it through until it's finished. And that's what we have done together, all 9 of us. It is finished, it is birthed, and we're ready to get it in your hands. So go ahead and support us. So until next week, when I talk with the authors, I am Vision Coach Alicia, Apostle Alicia George, thanking you so much for sitting here with me on this Friday fantabulous evening, being a part of Around the Table. And as my cousin Lorraine always says, have a great day today and a better one tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of this broadcast this evening. God bless you.